This is just a sample of the audiobook. To get the complete audiobook, access the link posted in the first comment.
Introduction. The support available for teachers who struggle with behaviour is woeful. They are constantly bombarded with training that is focused on progress, pleasing Ofsted, and analysing data. They are trained in reinvented, rehashed pedagogy and hammered by performance and forever shifting standards. Ask any teacher what the gap in their training is, and the answer is managing behaviour. Teachers don't need the scattergun approach of 1,000 funky strategies or the frankly insulting suggestions from politicians who want to look tough. Teachers need training in managing behaviours that cannot be solved with simplistic checklists or the odd half-hour lecture. They need effective training that is frequently updated and addresses the real problems in some of our schools. The unrelenting drive for exam results has blunted pastoral care in many schools. Mix this with the increasing emphasis on a them and us culture and high-stakes everything, and you have a dangerous cocktail. As children are reduced to units of progress, many head teachers are forced to hide behaviour issues from inspectors, and classroom teachers are left to drown. In some schools, pastoral care is reduced to voluntary acts of love from individual teachers who care too much to teach by numbers. The funding and status of pastoral care was thrown out of the window when the bean counters arrived. Now anything that is not measurable in results is worthless. However, the tide is turning on the behaviour debate. The punishment brigade are losing the argument, and as they do so, they're finding themselves isolated, and the world is turning. Children are less tolerant of nasty adults, and parents demand more than just detention, meetings and exclusion. 20 years ago, nobody thought twice about Mr. Wright holding Robert against the wall by his tie with his feet dangling. Now he'd be arrested. Even 10 years ago, the idea that you could eliminate detention in schools with restorative practice was sneered at. Today, a story about a school in Baltimore that has replaced detention with meditation is looked at with genuine interest. The direction of travel is clear. In another 20 years, will we look back at isolation booths, detentions and exclusions with the same horror that we look back at beating children with canes? The appalling lack of respect for teachers is stirred by greedy politicians, arrogant inspectors, and the ugly opinions of those who would sell out teachers before breakfast for a slither of dirty self-promotion. The esteem in which we hold our teachers is reflected in the eyes of every child and in the behaviour in every classroom. Our teachers deserve our respect. They deserve our admiration. They deserve our investment. Our teachers have a right to be better prepared and better trained to deal with the increasingly severe problems that are parked at their door. The idea that behaviour management is simply about learning a set of techniques that emerge from a teacher's toolkit is a dangerous one. Outstanding management of behaviour and relationships is simply not skills-led. Neither is it imported with magic behaviour systems, bought with data tracking software, or instantly achieved by calling a school an academy. In behaviour management, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Getting the culture right is pivotal. With the right culture, the strategies that are used become less important. The culture is set by the way the adults behave.